I'd run away from home a couple times, once or twice, I don't know. And this all started, David's running away from home. I took a pistol from my dad's and a shotgun. Took a neighbor's car. I think I'd broken in their house or something and got the keys to it. I forget exactly what it was. Ended up coming to Dallas.
They had been into a fast food restaurant and she had a Malt. This car came by, just two dudes in it, with no lights on. Got out of the car and walked up, and before he got to the window where the driver was, he was in the right position. This man just turned around and just pop, pop, pop with a little small caliber pistol. Procedure when it's a two-person unit, when either one approaches the car, the other positions itself to the right rear where they can watch all the activity in the car. And if the man on the left or the driver gets in trouble, well, the partner's in a position to help. Speculation was at the time that his partner was sitting in the car. That's where the discrepancies were. Just a matter of time and whether or not she was out of the car, completely out of the car, or partially in the car, or just sitting in there with the door closed.
Mr. Calvin Cunningham, who lives here in Vidor, had his home broken into and his little Mercury Comet stolen. We felt as though David had committed that crime. For several days, though, he was missing. We couldn't find him. We started getting little bits of information, though, that David had been involved in a shooting in Dallas of a police officer. We would always get third-hand rumor, fourth-hand rumor.
He swore up and down. I mean, he made a big scene about it, jumped up and down, trying to get anybody and everybody to listen to him. Yeah, I shot that son of a gun. And, you know, everybody, yeah, sure you did, David, sure. I swear to God I killed that cop.
I didn't have any idea what happened to him. After I testified, I was gone. I never really concerned myself with it, you know. He went over my testimony with me pretty extensively, you know. How I should answer certain questions, things of this nature, you know. Kind of, that's what you call coaching the witness, you know. Let's get this evidence in a spectrum where it's going to be most effective. But district attorney told me, don't worry about them charges. I'm going to ask you, or the defense attorney's going to ask you, if you had any kind of deal or anything of that nature, you know, in exchange for your testimony in this case, you know, it's related to those charges, you know. No, don't answer that, yeah, answer it no. There was ice on the road.
I got a call at my house about 3:30 one morning. One of the patrolmen in my department called and said, you know, we just arrested this boy named David Harris, and he won't even tell us his name. He said he wants to talk to you. David thought that really the one that was really at fault that night was the guy that got killed. He said, man, that guy's crazy. He came after me with a gun. So David, you broken into his house, you abducted his girlfriend. What was he supposed to do? You deal with people who you sense bad vibrations, more or less. You feel, you know, this guy doesn't like me anyway, just because I'm a policeman. You can just kind of sense there's something there. And I realize that maybe I shouldn't even be saying that because policemen are not supposed to take these things to the bank. But when you deal with people over and over, you sense a lot of things about people. In talking to David, you don't ever feel hostile feelings coming from him. I have never seen David any way other than cordial, friendly to me as he could be. Yes, sir, no, sir. Never disrespectful.
I was 3 years old. I had a 4-year-old brother, and he drowned in 1963, right after President Kennedy was assassinated, I believe, sometime right after that. My brother wandered off down the street, and some people had a swimming pool in their backyard, and they were elderly people, and they never used the pool. I guess had a bunch of leaves and stuff in it, you know. And he evidently fell in there and drowned. I used to sit up in my room at night and talk to him, and he wasn't even there.
You're the proverbial scapegoat. Well, what do you think about whether or not he's innocent?
I'm sure he is.
How can you be sure?
'Cause I'm the one that knows.
Were you surprised that the police blamed him?
They didn't blame him. I did.